Hey guys, Tiffany here. I just wanted to hop on here quick and chat about a book that I just finished. So it's called The Altruism Effect by Kristin Helling. Listen, if you like psychological thrillers, you need to read this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. Also, don't make the mistake that I did of going, I'm just going to start reading it before I go to bed. Just read a little bit, go to sleep. No, before I knew it, it was way past my bedtime, and I am not a night owl. I am a in bed by 9 o'clock girly, so it was way past my bedtime, but I did not want to put this down. So we're following our FMC, Dr. Rain Walsh. She's a psychologist, and she gets kidnapped. She wakes up in this prison setting, and she's told that she killed somebody. She doesn't remember how she got there. She can only remember initially like 2 weeks before all of this is happening, where she's in this prison. It's not your normal prison either. So the cells are described as essentially being like the size of a dog crate. Like you can't stand up in it. You can just kind of crawl around. And I think towards the end, you find out there's like 20 some people all together in this prison. So you've got the prisoners and the guards. And I'm not going to give too much detail because I don't want to give away any spoilers. And with it being a thriller, there's a lot of little things that pop up that you're not expecting. But essentially, she befriends the prisoner next to her. They start hatching a plan to try to escape. And there's another girl called Meg who has more privileges than the other prisoners. And she will sometimes visit them, sometimes bring them food, sometimes try to help them escape. And then you have some of the guards are also helping some of the prisoners. So again, it's not your normal prison. And we come to find out, so with each of Kristin's books, she's got, because this is part of a series, so there's the bystander effect, the carbon effect, and the domino effect. And with each book that she does in this series, she takes a real life psychological experiment that was done and really explores that, which I think is super cool. So with this one, we're looking at the experiment that was done. I think it was the Stanford prison experiment, where essentially they took, I think it was 24 people. They were college kids, put them in this experiment. They were assigned either a prisoner or a guard, and they sort of watched and waited to see how these people would play out these roles. Like they weren't given, you have to do these specific things. They were just kind of like, you're either a prisoner or a guard, go, let's see what happens. And in real life with that experiment, they had to end it early because people were doing not great things. And so this book really explores that experiment. And essentially the warden is in charge of this prison. And he, which this really isn't a spoiler, it's just some background on his character. He started this prison because he tried to be in that original experiment and was denied because he was not emotionally stable enough. And so, you would think, it's just me thinking, I'm like, I feel like if you get denied to be in an experiment because you are emotionally unstable, like something else should have happened. But I mean, this was also like the 70s, 80s. So I feel like mental health wasn't as prevalent as what it is now. So this is what happens when you don't get help, is now you design because he goes, I'm going to do my own experiment. So he's kidnapping people and assigning them to be a guard or a prisoner, and he's just watching to see what people do. But he is also threatening people. So there's a twist. Like, it's not a good experiment. Like, he's putting twists on it to get the outcomes that he wants. So again, this is what happens when you have a psychopath that makes a science experiment. And he's saying that he's doing this for the greater good, blah, blah, blah. So we follow Rain along as she's trying to escape. She's trying to figure out why she's here. She gets to know Meg a bit more. Well, towards the end, I'm not going to tell you what happens because, again, a lot of things happen. I could not stop reading when I got to like the last maybe quarter of the book. So it was so fast, so many things were happening. But what I love about this book, because I love thrillers, like I love sitting there and guessing what's going to happen next. Oh, I think I know this person's behind it, blah, blah, blah. What I love about this book is I was second guessing everything up until the end. There were moments where I was like, did Rain just imagine all of this? And like the end of the book is going to be, she woke up and this was all a dream or something. And I kept having those moments. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. And especially at the end, two characters show up that really make you think she is hallucinating. She is losing her mind. Because also, I think I can say this and it's not a spoiler. When she tries to tell other people about what's happening, they don't really believe her. And so that really makes you second guess. Is she just imagining this whole thing? So 10 out of 10, recommend this book. I'm absolutely going to be reading the other books in this series because it was so good. And again, if you like psychological thrillers, you need, I keep putting it upside down. You need to read this. So good. So good. And of course, like I said, I'm going to read the other books. So you'll get reviews on that as well, but chef's kiss. It was amazing. All right, bye.